Ah, jeez, you're gonna choose the worst clips of this thing for me. I'm gonna hate how you edit this thing.
Rudy Villalonas?
I heard a thunderous boom of a voice and saw a behemoth of a man before me. In all his glory was Rudy Villalonas.
I remember I came in, Jason Larinaga was welcoming me around and saying hi to everybody. And then I went with all the black guys. I gave them like a nice dab, black guy handshake. I gave the white guys a proper handshake. And then Rudy was like, which one do I get? And just was loud. I was like, wow, this guy's a lot.
The first time I met him, I just was like, this guy is awesome.
First thing you hear is that powerful laugh.
Like, you hear it from a mile away. Like, I never, ever change that. That's fantastic.
In an auditorium on Monday Night Watchtower, who do you hear laughing in the middle of a comment? It's Rudy's laugh. I mean, he's like that in the Kingdom Hall. Well,
Rudy's loud, super loud, but it's almost like it's like an endearing loud, if that makes sense, not an annoying loud. Everyone loves Rudy's laugh. And with Stacy, she just oozes like sweetness.
She's really sweet, but she also has a spiciness to her. So I think it makes her more relatable and fun.
Stacy is a gem, generous, loving, kind, but doesn't make you feel like crap about it. When someone's obviously better than you and they make you she doesn't make you feel that way.
You'll instantly feel better by talking to Stacy because she's going to hear you, she's going to listen. I could talk to her about anything, and she's never going to think negatively about you. She's going to understand.
I remember one time going into her office and laying on the floor. I'm having the worst day ever, and this is what's happening. I remember that, and she would laugh, but she would listen. She was such a good listener, and then she gives super good advice.
We all went through a fire, but you never saw her shaky. You never saw her unbalanced. She manifested her spiritual advancement by her reaction along the way.
Stacy is a wonderful, wonderful human being and always has a kind thing to say, always makes you feel great. Do you know Stacy and J-Lo went to the same high school? Never forget that, Stacy. You're the real J-Lo from the block, not her.
Rudy just wants to help. He makes himself available. Where's the need? How can I be of assistance? And Stacy, of course, is such a peaceful worker. You'll never hear a complaint out of her. She comes to work, she does her job. She's a peacemaker. She smiles at everything and everyone. They are a match, and they just work really well together.
Rudy and Stacy are epic storytellers. If you are getting a Rudy and Stacy story, sit back because you're in for a treat. They're like an improv act.
I think when I think of them, I always think of their generosity.
It's they always manage to have time for everybody and take care of everybody, which was awesome.
How Stacy becomes almost like a hen mother. She brings everyone together. She wants everyone to be close, everyone to feel loved, everyone to feel special.
I think their goal is just to make everybody feel loved, to show that other people are cared about.
It's Rudy Good Times Villalonas. And for those that speak Spanish, Rudy Buenos Tiempos Villalonas.
I mean, you go up to the fire pit on any given Sunday, it's pretty much a given you're going to see Rudy Villalonas up there.
He is always looking out for everybody and trying to make sure everyone's just around him is happy. That's why you see a smile on his face almost all the time.
I think they love hard. When they love you, and they embrace you right away.
They make you feel instantly loved. And they do it through this happiness and this joy that they give to others like a gift.
It feels like you're hanging out with your family.
They make families wherever they go.
In my humble opinion, Rudy's fuel is people.
I think they just get all this good energy from people.
Because of them, lockdown didn't feel like a lockdown. And I think in part it was because of that, because of their hospitality.
It always felt like people that worked together in special full-time service, on a team, had slayed dragons together. And I remember thinking, that's something I want, is to make those deep, deep friendships. I got those kinds of friendships, and specifically, definitely with Stacy, 100%.
Again, I just want to make sure this is clear to everyone. J-Lo and Stacy went to the same high school in the Bronx, and she was way better than her, and she's done so much more in her life. J-Lo's stupid compared to Stacy. Stacy is my J-Lo. You can keep that. You can take that to the bank.
They were awesome to have in the congregation, just as like Bethelites who didn't act like Bethelites.
They are so loyal and dedicated to Jehovah.
The older Dominican sisters, they just have a thing for Rudy. They love him. And Stacy too, you know, and the kids, I've seen them run up to Stacy, give her a hug. You can tell there's so much love there.
12 or 13-year-old kids in the hall. What a huge impact somebody like Rudy and Stacy will be. But they can have fun doing it. And I think that's so important for like young ones to see.
I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine being a 13-year-old or 15-year-old. I grew up in a congregation that we never had Bethelites or knew of Bethelites. And I can't imagine getting a couple like Rudy and Stacy to our congregation. Like what a huge impact that would have been for me as a kid. And it's going to be amazing. Yeah, they're going to change people's lives.
Maybe you should ask people if they remember any of Rudy's favorite quotes.
Have you heard you know this guy? Have you heard that one? That's a Rudy quote.
No, you're kidding me.
Hey!
You tell him something, he goes, pushes against you, just like, no way.
Keeping it 100, like he says.
Hey! It's a motorized scooter.
Keep it 100, keep it 100, keep it 1,000.
Even you gotta admit.
Rudyisms, those things will last forever, and we'll always remember their laughs and just who they were.
When they love you, that's it. It's loyalty. They're gonna be there for you no matter what.
He was there for me too when I got engaged. He was there to take my pictures, never asked for anything in return. And then when my wedding photographer bailed, Rudy was there with Stacy to go film and take pictures of my wedding. I don't think it was an issue for them. I don't even think it was a question. They were like, Joel needs us, so we're there for Joel.
Man, what am I not gonna miss? Like, I'm gonna definitely, when something funny happens, I'm gonna be looking back, and it'll hurt when they're not there.
I'm gonna miss just hanging out with them, spending time with them.
I'm gonna miss summer with the Villalonas, fire pits, walking around the complex just to see the sunset. It's like, who does that?
Rudy was always there for you in the times when you needed him. Stacy too. They were both just there for you when you needed them. If Rudy was there for me, just with no questions asked, could I do that for others? That's how Rudy's gonna help me, even after he's gone.
We've been in battles together, both in a department, on the court, in person. We served in the same congregation here in Danbury. We've been on the same elder body. We've tackled cases together. We've helped people come or stay in the truth together. So the bond is strong.
I feel like she's someone who we've slayed dragons together.
Whenever we see each other, we're just gonna pick up where we left off, basically. I mean, that's what family does.
I would want Rudy and Stacy to know that they've had an impact on the most important thing, on the people.
I think beginning of lockdown, we all needed a sense of attachment, a sense of family, and they provided that warm blanket of family. And I can never say thank you enough for that, but thank you.
It's made Bethel for us like more of a home. And I think that's why it is, like, I think it'd be sad to see them leave because they've been part of so much of our history. So I think that's the impact that I walk away with, that they made Bethel a pleasant place to serve.
If it wasn't for the friendships that we have here, I think we would have all left.
At Bethel, people come and go, but not everybody leaves behind like a legacy. There's a certain few friends that we still talk about even years after they left. And with Rudy and Stacy, like, we're gonna be talking about them, for years to come. We're not gonna forget about them at all.
I think there are gonna be a lot of phones filled with mementos of times with Rudy and Stacy, and we're gonna be talking about them well into the new world.
When they leave, people always ask, oh, did you serve when Rudy and Stacy were at Patterson or when they were at Brooklyn.
Those early JW broadcast days, the early Mount Ebo years, the first years of Mount Ebo, and Rudy and Stacy's name will always be part of that conversation.
You know that feeling when you leave a loud environment, maybe you go outside, and it's almost as if that sound still lingers almost in your head more than anything? That loud environment is similar to the positive and happy effect that they've had on other people. They've been able to take this joy that they have and reverberate it throughout their friends and the people that they work with. We'll still be able to feel the effect that they've had on us.
I know we're all gonna remember like the impact they had on their time here.
We've worked in the trenches together, which makes it so that you can form a friendship that lasts. Without even having to say much, we're going to understand. There's that understanding of what you've been through, what I've been through. And I look forward to getting back in the trenches with Rudy and Stacy.
Whether we see them here at Bethel, outside, or in the new world when we're all working together again, those memories will always last.
You helped other people's biggest moments become a success because you were there for them when they needed you. That one got to me a little bit. Stop staring at me. Jeez Louise, you're gonna make me cry more. Stop it. I'm not gonna do this in front of everyone. Anyway, they were there for us, so don't ever forget how much you guys were there for us when we needed you. And we want to go to Disney World. I miss Mickey.